it is time to dive into the whole thing. Yes, the whole thing. Which epic song, which part of the sagas is your favorite and why? Comment below and let me know. Let's begin with The Horse and the Infant, the first track on this journey. Are you ready?
All right, my brothers, listen closely. Tonight we make the Trojans pay. 10 years of war, they killed us slowly, but now we'll be the ones who slay. Think of your wives and your children. Your families wonder where you've been. They're growing old and yet you're still here. Do what I say and you'll see them again.
Yes, sir!
Diomedes will lead the charge. Agamemnon will flank the guards. Menelaus will let our mates through the gates to take the whole city at large. Teucer will shoot any ambush attacking. Little Ajax will stay back. Nestor, secure Helena, protector. Leo, avenge your father, kill the brothers of Hector.
Oh my gosh. The rhapsodes, when I heard or when I studied a little bit more about rhapsodes, those Greek performers, it made me think of modern day rap, right? Those who can put spoken word with melodies into combining beautiful literary art, poetry, and plays on words. And here I love that something ancient and historical that allows us to dive into the mysteries of the past is combined with something so poppy and fun, bringing in rap, bringing in play on words. But it makes me feel like a movie right now where warriors are gathering together and the general or the lead figure, the protagonist of sorts, is hyping everybody up. That's what this feels like. This is a game plan. And I love that. I love it. The animation beautifully depicts that. Let's keep listening.
Find that inner strength now. Use that well
His
of
voice.
pride. Fight through every pain now. Ask yourself inside, what do you live for? What do you try for? What do you wish for? What do you fight for? What do you live for? What do you try for? What do you wish for? What do you fight for?
That call and response.
Penelope, and Telemachus. I fight for us. I fight for us.
What do you live for?
Penelope.
What do you try for?
Telemachus.
What do you wish for?
I'm on my way.
What do you fight for?
Attack! Who was that?
A vision of what is to come cannot be outrun, can only be dealt with right here and now.
Tell me how.
I don't think you're ready. A mission to kill someone's son, a foe who won't run, unlike anyone you have faced before.
Say no more. I know that I'm ready.
I don't think you're ready.
I got so many thoughts. Oh.
It's just an infant. It's just a boy.
His voice, I'm gonna cry.
What sort of imminent threat does he pose that I cannot avoid?
This is the son of none other than Troy's very own Prince Hector. Know that he will grow from a boy to an avenger, one fumed with rage as you're consumed by age. If you don't end him now, you'll have no one left to save. You can say goodbye to. You can say goodbye to.
I could raise him as my own, or send him far away from home. Make sure his past is never known. I'd rather wait for ya. I'm on my knees for ya. I'm begging please.
Will of the gods.
Please don't make me do this. Don't make me do this.
The blood on your hands is something you won't lose. All you can choose is whose.
I have goosebumps. I have goosebumps. Oh my gosh, how am I going to keep listening to this? This in itself is so powerful, but I got to keep it short, and I hate it because there's so much we could say here. Guys, even alone, bear with me. I need you to stay with me. There's so much we can pull from this about the human experience, the way we are just intricately woven as individuals and as a collective in society. Bear with me, and then we're going to keep going and listen to Just a Man. I am amazed. The musical composition, the way that they would harmonize, the call and response, the crescendo, that angelic sound when the choir came in, and the string-like way that they sang, which adds to the dramatic, right? Music affects us, the way we use instruments and the type of instruments chosen. Here, the choir singing very string-like, added that crescendo, added to the drama naturally. The voice of this guy is perfect for the role. There's something still young and youthful about him and the timbre of his voice, yet there's a rasp and a certain determination, in contrast to the vocalist who represented the god, and that beautiful operatic and that low register, that fullness versus the youthful, more poppy sound of the protagonist. Beautiful dance. Even the title in and of itself, The Horse and the Infant, so intriguing. It pulls us in. It's storytelling on an epic level. Phenomenal. The type of song I would want to listen to again and again. The type of song you would want to have playing when you're getting ready to not only go into battle, but do anything fierce. And psychologically, I think these compositions are powerful because not only is it entertaining, and there's something inside of us that longs to be entertained and intrigued. Physiologically, we like to get that adrenaline rush. But even psychologically, we humans have evolved into creatures who long for a level of security. Yes, the familiar is safe, but at the same time, we long for something that is fierce and that allows us to feel alive. And when you're faced with struggle and death, there's no better way to feel alive than that. Composition pulls me in and makes me feel not only excited as a spectator, but also pulls me in as if I'm part of this story. And then the climax of the song being this warrior who is ready to fight for his beloved ones, now faced with a decision of killing an innocent child. And it makes me think of many movies that we've seen where even when we look at philosophy and psychology, we have these debacles of finding ourselves at a moral compass, right? If you've ever dabbed into philosophy, and there's a lot of parallels between philosophy and psychology, we find these questions posed. Well, who should we save? Do we save the one for the many, or vice versa? What is the greater good? There's different theories out there. Homer's Odyssey beautifully deals with that dance between humanity and our pride and our arrogance, as well as our desire to be greater than ourselves. It deals with the longing we have for divinity, for something greater beyond us, as well as mixing the divine with human attributes, right? The gods who get jealous and are angry, and now there's this war between the gods and mankind, and how we are perhaps made in the image of God, as well as maybe where we have made God in our image, and we project our humanity and these traits we have onto the divine. So many things we could say here, but this was amazing. And shout out to my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law, Christopher and Tula, for putting this back on my radar and encouraging me to watch this again. Shout out to Amber for it as well. And for all of you who are epic fans, who are the lovers of the arts and of history and of psychology and philosophy, who can appreciate this, I just love how history is colliding with the present moment through this type of music. Where's the music? I can't hear anything. Oh. Is every song going to be so unique? Probably. I have a feeling. Every song.
I look into your eyes and I think back to the son of mine. You're as old as he was when I left for war. Will these actions haunt my days? Every man I've slain is the price I pay. Endless pain. Close your eyes and spare yourself the view. How could I hurt you? I'm just a man who's trying to go home, even after all the years away from what I've known. I'm just a man who's fighting But when does a comet become a meteor? When does a candle become a blaze? When does a man become a monster? When does a ripple become a tidal wave? When does the reason become the blame? When does a man become a monster?
Oh my gosh, my nerves, you guys, my nerves. This is even more fun than a movie. There's so much emotion. I'm telling you, music changes everything. Take your favorite movie scene and take out the music and it would completely change it. Or slap a different soundtrack on and it might make it humorous when you were actually going to cry initially. Music is so powerful and it's this universal language, as we often say, but I think it supersedes what we can put in words and how things make us feel. If there was a song, and I'm 2 songs in, so I don't know what I'm still having to brace myself for, but if there was a song that just beautifully puts into words a therapy session where you lay all your cards on the table and you are confronted with the reality of that pendulum that we all find ourselves on, that pendulum between being a monster and a man, between a ripple turning into a what did he say, a tidal wave, between a candle turning into a blazing flame. That's life, right? That yin and the yang. Religion deals with it. Philosophy deals with it. We all know of it in our own lives. That fine dance. And we all define that line differently, right? I'm amazed by on a psychological level, the vulnerability. And it makes me empathize with human beings. It opens my heart up with an empathy towards people and their turmoil. But because it says just a man, it particularly makes me tender-hearted right now towards men and that struggle of the expectations of being strong and being a good husband, longing for a wife and children, but finding yourself sometimes also struggling with your own decisions or temptations and not wanting to be a monster in that pull. And we all have it, men and women, but here particularly my heart softened for that warrior and the men among us who are often hurting alone. Suicide rate among young men has gone up drastically and it's not talked about as much. We need to know that we're not alone, and I hope you know, any of you men watching right now, because this is titled A Man, I'm sure there's something coming for the ladies. Please know you're not alone. You have a purpose. You are not useless. You are not worthless. The next one is called Full Speed Ahead. Ooh, the ride that I'm being taken on here. My nerves. Okay. There's so much more I could say about these arrangements and the voices.
600 men. 600 men under my command, with only one goal in mind.
Make it back alive to our homeland.
600 men, 600 miles of open sea. But the problem's not the distance,
It's what lies in between.
and Ithaca's waiting. My kingdom is waiting. Penelope's waiting for me. So full speed ahead.
So beautiful.
Full speed ahead.
His voice, the way that he slides into those high notes, the vibrato, that gentle, just all the vocal control, the gentleness that he can use and apply to his voice, as well as the force, so much skill. Now I'm intrigued storyline-wise. Did he drop the baby? Did he do what the gods had asked him to do so that he can now sail home back to his kingdom? You know, this music is evoking something in me. I loved listening to musicals growing up. It taps back into that, into how I would make up songs as I just went through life, randomly singing about random things. And I see so many of you, I can imagine so many of you just perhaps even for yourself, not only being entertained by this, but it awakening something within us, in us who want to be warriors, who long for our loved ones, who love music and communicating things through song. It's so beautiful.
Captain, you really just 600 men.
600 men.
600 men with big mouths to feed.
The rap here, the rhapsody elements, dun 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 dun, the staccato and those elements that are now making this such a full experience. It's beautiful.
And we've run out of supplies to eat.
First the war, our food stores depleted.
600 men,
600 men.
600 reasons to take what we can. So Captain, what's the plan?
Captain, what's the plan?
Watch where the birds fly. They will lead us to land. There we'll hunt for food, my second in command. Now for speed
We're up, and away we go. We're up,
and away
For
we go.
speed
We're off and away we go.
Captain,
Politics.
look! There in the distance, I see an island. I see a light that faintly glows. Maybe they're people lighting a fire. Maybe they'll share some food, who knows?
Something feels off here. I see fire, but there's no smoke.
I say we strike first. We don't have time to waste, so let's raid the place and...
No. Polities, gear up. You win, I'll go ahead.
You and I'll go ahead.
We should try to find a way no one ends up dead.
We don't know what's ahead.
Give me till sunrise, and if we don't return, then 600 men can make this whole place burn. Now for speed ahead. For
guitar.
speed ahead.
Full speed ahead.
We're up, we're off, and away we go.
We're up, we're off and away
For
we
speed
go. We're off and full speed ahead.
Guys, there is something so powerful about men singing together. I know I'm lingering on empowering men right now. Women, your time is coming, but there's something so amazing about the tenors, the baritones, the bass, these harmonies coming together, the various timbres. It makes me just feel like this beautiful dance between individuality and collective. They wouldn't sound as good if they weren't coming together. There's time for harmony, time to sing in unison. There is a time for each of them to have their own moment, each of them having their own voice. They're not the same, and that's such a beautiful picture of how it works together, the collective, as well as their individuality. Every one of them, their own unique, amazing voice. Whereas sometimes we're tempted, especially with social media, to compare ourselves and say this person's better than that person, when they're all just masterpieces in and of themselves, and then they come together and it's just this explosion of art. Also, I'm emotional at the idea of, just imagine if these rhapsodes of the past and these Greek performers could hear this, and the beautiful blend between the percussion, the drums that are adding a lot of the crescendo, the strings, the choir. It adds a lot of epic drama. But then you have elements like the electric guitar coming in and bringing in that rock, very modern and very badass and fierce. It's this beautiful dance between the history and the modern. But it makes me wonder, what would these rhapsodes of old say if they could hear this? Because keep in mind, when these Greek performers would perform these poems, that was not a monotone recitation. There was elements of, what did they say when I was researching some of it? It was poetry. There was, I guess maybe that's where the word rap probably comes from. It was lyrical art, but there was a flow with rhythm and timing and time signatures and probably, what is the word? Inflectuation. You know, how we emphasize things and how we change our voice, right? We go up when there's a question, we go down, right? It makes for a more interesting reading and listening. That's what happens with music, right? I'm raising my voice to say something to you. Please listen. Oh, you know, like now my voice is butchered. I'm sick. But you know, it does something when we go high, when we go low, when we change the rhythm of what we're saying. There's so much art behind not only the words we use, but where we place punctuation and how we emphasize the flow, how fast or how slow, the notes. Anyways, as you can see, I'm excited. And I just think this is doing such honor to the rhapsodes of the past, as well as just pulling in a whole new generation. And when it comes to psychology, I think that's so beautiful and therapeutic to ease our existential fears and our death anxieties. Our fear where perhaps we are afraid of history dying out, or we are afraid of being forgotten. By doing something like this, Jorge Rivera Herranz, the one who wrote the epic musical, has found a way to leave a legacy and be known in generations in the future when he is long gone of what he has created, but he's also honoring the past. And I think being part of something so grand makes us maybe also feel a little more immortal and a little more like gods. Just a theory. Let's keep listening. Open arms. Ah, my heart, my nerves. I'm rewinding. How is every single song different? So far, every single song has been a different composition, a different feeling and energy. So now we're going to the island, to that island that was burning, but there was no smoke. Is that where we're at? Oh, I'm so excited.
You can relax, my friend.
Huh?
I can tell you're getting nervous, so do yourself a service and try to relax, my friend.
This is
Fine
therapeutic.
qualities.
Think of all that we have been through. We'll survive, what do we get into? I know that you're tired of the war and bloodshed. Tell me, is this how we're supposed to live? Look at how you grip your sword, enough said. Why should we take when we could give? You can show a person that you trust them when you stop and lower your guard. Here we have a chance for some adjustment. Give it a try, it's not that hard. I'm
That's a
telling
good
you,
friend.
this life is amazing when you greet it with open arms. Whatever we face, we'll be fine if we're leading from the heart. No matter the place, we can light up the world. Here's how to start. Greet the world with open arms. Greet the world with open arms.
Stay back.
My friend, greet the world with open arms.
We're only here for food. 600 friends are waiting for us to show our faces. Stay back, I'm warning you. If we don't get back safely, my men will turn this place into blazes.
See? This life is amazing when you greet it with open arms. Whatever we face, we'll be fine if we're leading from the heart.
This is beautiful.
No matter the place, so we can light up the world. Here's how to start. Greet the world with open arms. Greet the world with open arms.
My friend, I wish that I could say that I agree, but look at the way this fruit is glowing and filled with glowing seeds. It took me a while to notice just what kind of fruit they eat. It's a lotus, it controls your mind and never lets you free. That's what we'd get with open arms.
Oh.
Lotus eaters, I'd like to show my friend that kindness is brave. Could you tell me where there's other food to eat? A cave! You're saying there's a cave where we could feast. And where do we sail to find this food-filled cave?
East.
Thank you. This life is amazing when you greet it with open arms. I see in your face there's so much guilt inside your heart. So why not replace it and light up the world? Here's how to start. Greet the world with open arms. Greet the world with open arms.
Greet the world with open arms.
You can relax, my friend.
Wow. Oh my gosh. That friend is a good friend. So far, I feel like every song is a therapy session. We're talking about the longings of humanity and the horse and the infant and the things that drive us, right? Maybe there's a little bit of a logotherapy in there, deciding what gives us purpose. We see Just a Man, a confrontation with our inner struggles, our demons, our humanity, finding that balance in life, being honest about our temptations and struggles and desires, perhaps in full speed ahead. The song composition just beautiful and fierce, but the need for community. What I saw there was the need for community, bouncing ideas off of one another. Yes, there was the general, the captain who eventually made the decision, but this dance between caution and preparation, and that too is part of very much part of life. Here in Open Arms, the composition very different. It was less operatic and dramatic, and it was much more playful and silly even. But I still found the theme to be one of a balance between open-mindedness and discernment. I had no idea that this musical would be so relatable and so fun. This is a type of playlist I would want to have just playing through and through and through as I'm going through life, cleaning and cooking. And I didn't expect that. I thought it was all just going to be dramatic storytelling. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Have I said it's amazing yet? Word. Next is Warrior of the Mind. I'm going to listen to this again, but that I believe is also the one that I did a separate reaction for when Amber did a Buy Me a Coffee song suggestion. Next up is Warrior of the Mind.
Have you forgotten the lessons I taught you?
Athena!
Have you forgotten to turn off your heart? This is not you. I see you changing from how I've designed you. Have you forgotten your purpose? Let me remind you. Goddess of wisdom, master of war. My life has one mission: create the greatest warrior. I had a challenge, a test of skill, a magic bar only the best would kill. One day a boy came for the thrill, a boy whose mind rivaled the bar's own will.
Let's go!
Maybe one day he'll follow me and we'll make a greater tomorrow. Then they'll see I know he'll change the world, 'cause he is a warrior of the mind. Maybe one day I'll reach him and we can build his skills as I teach him. If there's a problem, he'll have the answer. He is a warrior of the mind.
Her voice. Amazing. Real quick, the heartbeat. I hate to pause here. It's so poignant. It's awesome to see that the friends seem to have been friends from childhood on or youth on, and now still as warriors are side by side. But now Athena, the goddess who has created him, is saying basically, I taught you to turn your heart off. So it seems to me, and now this changes the meaning of warrior of the mind, we came from him being more playful and possibly opening up with open arms to the idea of taking fruit off this island and receiving the gift from these little creatures and opening his heart up as his friend encouraged him to do. Look at the world with open arms. Now it seems to me that the goddess who created him is saying, slow down. You're supposed to be the greatest warrior, the warrior of the mind. Maybe control your thoughts, your choices. Where is this going?
Show yourself. I know you're watching me. Show yourself. I can see you.
How can you see through my spell?
I was lying, and you fell for my bluff.
Well done, enlighten me, what's your name?
You first, and maybe I'll do the same.
Nice try, but two can play this game.
Nah, don't be modest. I know you're a goddess, so let's be honest. You are Athena.
I love that.
In the arena.
That growl.
Unmatched, witty, and queen of the best strategies we've seen.
Hey.
You're looking for a mentor, I'll make sure your time's well spent.
Sounds like a plan. Goddess and man, best is a friend.
We'll see where it ends.
Okay.
Maybe one day they'll follow me and we'll make a greater tomorrow. Then they'll see I know we'll change the world, 'cause
The harmonies.
we are the warriors of the mind. Maybe one day we'll reach them and we can build their skills as we teach them. If there's a problem, we'll have the answer. We are the warriors of the mind. I still intend
Look
to
how
make
tall
sure
she is.
you don't fall behind. Don't forget that you're a warrior of a very special kind. You are a warrior of the mind. Don't disappoint me.
Oh, snap. Yeah, imagine trying to have an apple, which is interesting because when we look at religion, Christianity, for example, the idea of not eating the fruit, right? Being like the gods in Genesis, this idea of you can have any fruit in the garden except from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil because that desire to be like God and whatnot, and that whole thematic. And it's interesting to see that we don't only find that in religion or in Christianity per se, but in these Greek mythologies, and this idea of a longing for something greater. And again, as I mentioned earlier, this dance between were we made in the image of God, or did we create the gods in our image? Because we see also human attributes here with the way this goddess is painted. She's greater than him. She created him. She's badass. She is the warrior of the arena, Athena. But at the same time, she is basically, it feels a little bit like she's placing her mission on him as well. I was given a mission. You are basically part of my mission. Don't disappoint me, because I guess she will look bad among the other gods. And so there's these attributes that we find among people, such as pride, such as represent me well, that are depicted here. Crazy, right? He was about to open his arms to the idea of having this fruit. And Athena's like, slow down, buddy. Polyphemus is probably the American English pronunciation of that, right? Let me look that up real quick because I don't know. Polyphemus was the one-eyed giant son of Poseidon and Theusa in Greek mythology, one of the Cyclops described in Homer's Odyssey. His name means abounding in songs and legends, many-voiced or very famous. Polyphemus first appeared as a savage man-eating giant in the 9th book of the Odyssey. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Oh gosh.
Over here!
Look at all this food. Look at all these sheep. I can't believe this cave has all this for us to keep.
I've gotta hand it to you both. This is quite the treat. There are enough sheep here to feed the entire fleet.
It's almost too perfect, too good to be true. Why would the lotus eaters pass up on all this food?
That's terrifying.
Hey there! We're just travelers. We come in peace.
You killed my sheep. My favorite sheep. What gives you the right to deal the pain so deep? Don't you know that pain you sow is pain you reap? Time to drink your blood over where you stand. Your life now is in my hand. Before I'm done, you will learn that it's not so fun to take. You came to my home to steal, but now you become my meal. A trade you see, take from you like you took from me.
There's been a misunderstanding. We never came here to steal. But now that I see we've done some damage, maybe you and I can make a deal. I'll give you our finest treasure, so long as we leave alive. You can keep the world's best tasting wine.
Wine?
Have a drink, one sip and you'll understand the power that's in your hands. A wine so fresh, you'd never wanna eat human flesh again. Then we shall be on our way. No bloodshed in here today. A trade you see, gift from you and a gift from me.
I'd like to thank you. Stranger, what's your name?
My name is Nobody, Nobody, Nobody.
Nobody. For your gift I've won to reply.
I'm so glad we see eye to eye.
Yes, you shall be the final man to die.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Now survive.
My brothers, the rest of our fleet, they wait at the beach. And if we're defeated, their good is dead. Straight ahead, that is who we're fighting. No backup, no chance for support. So draw out your sword. Our foe must be thwarted right here and now. Show me how great is your will to survive. 600 lives at stake. It's just one life to take. And when we kill him, then our journey's over. No dying on me now. Defeat is not allowed. We must live through this day. So fight, fight, fight. Surround him.
Surround him!
Attack from behind, keep distance in mind, and stay in his blind spot and strike his heels.
Strike the heels!
Show him that we're deadly. Exhaust him.
Exhaust him!
Don't let him get close. He's strong but he's slow. He can't land a blow if we're out of reach. Find a breach. Stand up and fight for your lives.
600 lives at stake. It's just one life to take. And when we kill him, then our journey's over.
Push forward.
We must live through this day. So fight, fight, fight.
Captain.
Enough.
No.
He's got a club. He's got a club! What are our orders? Captain! Captain!
No, 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 no.
You've heard me enough. 600 lives I'll take. 600 lives I'll break. And when I kill you, then my fate is over. You're dying here and now. Escape is not allowed. You won't live through this day now. Die.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What happened? What happened? What happened? Did his friend die? Oh no, no, no. Polyphemus? I hope I'm saying his name right. Is he the best friend of Odysseus? Did he just die? The guy with the glasses? A lot of them, several of them were slain. Gosh, this is heavy. As it's taking me on this journey, beyond this being just incredibly epic and entertaining, what I also came to my mind was depression and people that struggle with their mental health, where it sometimes feels like this giant that they're slaying, and the grief of having lost people to depression, people that have died through suicide, or people that have suffered who are no longer with us. It makes me think of the fallen who have not only died in war, maybe you who have lost people in battle, or veterans among you who will relate to this song in a different way. But it also makes me think of the invisible battle that people face with the demons in their life, with the giants in their life, and people that we've lost to these giants along the way. It's bigger to me than just mythology and powerful storytelling. Remember them. Oh, there's anger. I'm rewinding. I like how this musical composition. This is fitting. Post battle, post loss, anger. Those are part of the stages of grief, right? Your sadness, your shock, your denial, your negotiating. Anger is a big part of it. And it's a necessary emotion we try to escape a lot of times, but it's a natural response our body has. And this composition is very fitting to that. They're ringing after the bomb explosion, if you will. When things are muffled from shock. And here comes anger.
Captain! We must move quickly. We don't have much time. He didn't notice I mixed Lotus in his wine. Mark my words now, this is not the end.
But Captain, what do we do with our fallen friends?
Remember them when the fire begins to fade. For the fallen and afraid, we are not to let them die in vain. Remember them, we're the ones who carry on the flames of those who've gone, and our comrades will not die in vain. I need all our hands on this club. This is how we're getting out of here. Use your swords to sharpen a stub and turn it to a giant spear.
Let's kill him!
His body is blocking the path. If we kill him, we'll be stuck inside.
Captain, where do we attack him?
We gotta stab him in the eye.
Yes, sir! Remember them when the fire begins to fade. For the fallen and afraid, we are not to let them die in vain. Remember them, we're the ones who carry on the flames of those who've gone, and our comrades will not die in vain.
No! Scatter!
Who hurts you? There are more of them?
Oh, Lord.
Who hurts you?
Oh, gosh.
Hide.
Who hurts you?
Oh, my gosh.
We should run.
Wait.
Who hurts you? Captain, please!
Wait.
It was nobody. Nobody. If nobody hurts you, be silent. Don't go.
Let's
Really?
grab the sheep and away we go.
Odysseus is brilliant. It was nobody.
Have you forgotten the lessons I taught you? He's still a threat until he's dead. Finish it.
No.
No?
What good would killing do? When mercy is a skill more of this world could learn to use. My friend is dead, our foe is blind. The blood we shed, it never dries. Is this what it means to be a warrior of the mind?
Don't!
Hey Cyclops! When we met, I led with peace, while you fed your inner beast. But my comrades will not die in vain. Remember them. The next time that you dare, choose not to spare. Remember them. Remember us. Remember me. I'm the reigning king of Ithaca. I am neither man nor mythical. I am your darkest moment. I am the infamous Odysseus!
Yes! Yes! Hell yes! What? Is he smiling with the blood dripping out of his broken eye? Wow! Heck yes! Yes! Oh my gosh, Disney's got nothing on this. This type of music gets me so hyped. If I thought Disney movies made me cry sometimes, or there's elements there that make me feel empowered, Disney and all of the likes got nothing on this. This is amazing. Oh my gosh, what a genius. God, Jorge Rivera is a genius. And these animations, you guys, shout out to all these people that have come up with these amazing animations. It really adds so much to the storytelling. That smile at the end, the message here of saying, what's the point? And him standing up to the goddess, to Athena, and being like, enough. What's the point of bloodshed? But the idea of remember them, it made me think of all the fallen soldiers of any military, not even just one nation, I know many of you, some of you may be watching or liking this, are veterans or have served in the military. And I know some of you have lost comrades and loved ones. And then it makes me think of people who have died in other ways, as I mentioned earlier, who have suffered mental health battles or have lost the fight with depression and suicide and invisible giants. It makes me think of people who have died to cancer, loved ones in my own family who have passed on. And this idea of in unison as an anthem almost to say we will remember them. That also psychologically can be therapeutic because we're tapping into our existential desire to have freedom, to not be alone, to not die alone, and to be remembered, right? We see it in movies, we see it in religion, this longing to meet our loved ones again and to carry them on into in our memories. Powerful, powerful, powerful. Oh my gosh. Are you enjoying this ride with me? If you are, subscribe. Tell me which one of the saga is your favorite or how they relate to you. There's so much more we could talk about, but we would be here for hours. My goodbye. These compositions are nuts.
You were reckless, sentimental at best. That's not a teaching of mine. You've grown soft. Your dead friends can attest.
Hey,
Put your emotions aside. You're a warrior, meant to lead the rest. I don't know where I went wrong, but I warned you, and you failed the test. So now I'm gone. This way, you'll know what your place is. This way, you can't cross the line. This way, when all is over, you'll keep yours and I'll keep mine. This way, you won't disappoint me. This way, you won't waste my time. This way, I'll close the door. Consider this as my goodbye.
that's just like you. Why should I be surprised? Selfish and prideful and vain, unlike you. Every time someone dies, I'm left to deal with the strain. What's a title that he got his command? If I'll never sleep at night, I'll remind you I saw you as a friend. But now we're done. This way, you're out of my head now. This way, you won't plague my life. This way, when all is done, you're out of sight and out of mind. This way, you get what you wanted. This way, you can save your time. This way, you close the door and have your damn goodbye.
You're not looking for a mentor. I'm not looking for a friend. I mistook you for a general. What a waste of effort spent.
At least I know what I'm fighting for, while you're fighting to be known. Since you claim you're so much wiser, why's your life spent all alone? You're alone!
Oof. Oof.
One day you'll hear what I'm saying. One day you might understand. One day, but not today. For after all, you're
Just
this day you sever your own head. This day
They growl.
you cut the line. This day you lost it all. Consider this as my goodbye. Consider this as my goodbye. This is my goodbye. Consider this as my goodbye. This is my goodbye.
These compositions are blowing my mind. Wow. So much human relationship even between humans and gods. Isn't that interesting? The depiction here of that dance between I'm leaving, missing each other. Storm. This is epic. This musical is literally epic.
These waves and tides have grown in strength and size. Is it nature or divine, or a blessing in disguise? Our homes inside, this storm's our final fight. There's no time to die. close, we must keep pushing forward.
Full speed ahead.
Head towards the island, but avoid the crashing waves. Tread where the tide is flat, and then you will be safe.
Captain, we will capsize with these waves, our fleet will fail.
Have them follow my ship, all ensure that we prevail.
We're taking too much damage to survive.
We'll beat the storm.
At this rate, we won't make it out alive. Help to
Is that the
Island in the sky.
that's supposed to be the pantheon where the
grab
gods
the
are?
harpoons, as many as you can find.
What do you have in mind?
We're gonna shoot for the sky.
What?
The vocals.
Everyone grab a harpoon and aim it high. We're shooting for the island in the sky. In the
Gosh, I'm crying because this idea of shoot for the stars to me is a reflection of our longing for something beyond us. Not only to be successful, beautiful, strong in life and warriors and great, but also I think for some of us the longing for the divine. And I got emotional because them throwing their harpoons with such ambition into this island in the sky where I'm assuming the gods reside makes me think of this longing inside of me and many of you, I think, maybe, of something that's epic and beyond us, a longing for God. And when you are faced with questions and looking for God, some of you may be able to relate to the feeling I get of just despair and longing and answer me. I'm looking for you. You know, I'm shooting for you. I'm trying to draw near to you and figure out who and where you are. And so that to me is how that feels. And the storm happening right after Athena said, we're done, and she leaves, also makes me wonder if there's the correlation. This is the goddess who's made him and is part of his story is left, and now everything's going to heck. It makes me think of the storm of the biblical story of Noah, where Noah doesn't want to listen to God when God wants to send him somewhere. And he ends up, there's a storm. He tells the people on the ship that it's his fault. They should throw him overboard. He gets swallowed by a whale for 3 days. So there's these stories throughout history that imply that when the gods turn their back on you, you in big doo-doo. And that's what I'm gathering from this one. Luck runs out is the next one.
Please don't tell me you're about to do what I think you'll do.
You've
That's
heard the
smart.
legends of the island in the sky. This proves they're true.
The island
We're
in the
in
sky.
the home of the wind god.
We don't know for sure.
How many floating islands have you seen before? This is the home of the wind god.
And what's your plan?
I'm gonna climb to the top and ask him for a hand.
You could be caught off guard and lose your life, or piss off this god and infuse us with strife. Don't forget how dangerous the gods are.
Have faith, friend, we've come this far.
Yes, but how much longer till your luck runs out? How much longer till the show goes south? How much longer till we all fall down? You rely on wind and people die on it. Whoa.
I still believe in goodness. I still believe that we could be kind.
His best friend
Lead
changed
from the
him.
heart and see what starts.
And what will we do when it tears us apart?
Where is this coming from, my friend?
I just don't wanna see another life end. You're like the brother I could never do without.
And suddenly you doubt that I could figure this out.
Captain, how much longer till your luck runs out? How much longer till the show goes south? How much longer till we all fall down? You rely on wish and people die on it. Whoa, how much longer till the snake breaks free? How much longer till your great day sees? How much longer till your strength takes lead? rely on wit, and people die on it. Whoa.
Thank you for the concern, but brother, I can assure you, our journey is almost done. I understand that we're tired, I understand that we're phased, but don't forget how much we've already faced. I took 600 men to war, and not one of them died there. In case you needed a reminder, if you'd like to speak more, let me pull you aside then. I need to talk to you in private. I can't have you planting seeds of doubt. I can't have you disagreeing each route. I need you to always be devout and comply with this, or we'll all die in this. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Honestly, how much conflict would be avoided if we could just sing to one another? I love also the honesty here of saying, hey, why do you doubt me? And him saying, I'm afraid. His friend telling him, I don't want to lose you too. You're like a brother to me. And I think a lot of times when we're angry and in conflict with each other, that's what's going on behind it, is that there's some type of fear when we look behind the anger or behind any misunderstandings. Fear is involved. And that's what I'm seeing here. And it's just beautifully portrayed. Keep your friends close.
Great wind god Aeolus, I don't know if you know this, but our path to home is blocked by an impenetrable storm. I ask for your assistance so we at last can go the distance. Can you cast the perfect winds for us and aid our journey home?
Even the harmonies here and the vocalization sounds like wind. It's amazing how they have taken music and are not just communicating a story through the lyrics, but through the way that they use their voice and the instruments that they've chosen and the way that it's played. It's amazing.
Ha ha ha! I am the wind, twisting and turning. I give the fire enough to stay burning. Let's play a game.
A game?
That's what I'm serving, and if you win, you will get what you're yearning.
Deal.
Take a look right here at this bag. It has the winds of the storm all trapped. All you gotta do is not open this bag.
Sounds too easy, what's the catch?
Ha ha ha! Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Never really know who you can trust.
If they wanna get the bag open, you gotta say no, sir.
Sometimes killing is a must.
What?
Cause the end always justifies the means.
Friends turn to foes in rivalry, so
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
never really know who you can trust. Never really know who you can trust.
Wow. like-
Captain, what's happening? What's trapped in that bag?
Something dangerous, friends, we mustn't lag.
It's treasure.
What?
Bye-bye.
Open the bag. Let's see what you got.
No, do not! Everybody listen closely. See how this bag is closed, that's how it's supposed to be. This bag has the storm inside. We cannot let the treasure rumor fly.
We'll try.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Never really know who you can
Never
trust.
really know
Now
who
I
you
wanna
can
get the
trust.
bag open so they can have closure.
Sometimes sneaking is a must.
Sometimes
Cause the
killing is a
end
must.
always justifies the means.
Everything's changed since polity, so
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
never really know who you can
like
trust.
Never really know who you can trust.
For 9 days I've stayed wide awake, trying to make it home with no storm or tidal wave. I remain unopposed, the bag is still closed, and I'm getting closer to you. I can't wait to make some new memories. Time for me to be the father I never was.
Just keep your eyes open.
Why are my eyes and my heart and my soul so heavy?
Just keep your eyes open.
I keep on trying to embrace you both. Why won't you let me?
Just keep your eyes open.
So much has changed, but I'm the same. Yes, I'm the same.
Just keep your eyes open.
Keep your eyes open.
Wake up. Wake up! Odysseus, they're opening the bag! Wake up!
No.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Never really know who you can
Never
trust.
really know who you can trust. All speed up.
Where's the storm taking us?
I said to keep the back closed, but you weren't compliant. If I had to guess, you're headed to the land of the giants.
Help me close the bag!
But sir, it's too late.
We can save whatever wind is left to use another day! Come on!
This is incredible.
Oh, this is of Ithaca! Do you know who I am?
Oh my gosh, this is scary. Oh, death ass, the rasp in his voice. And did you hear the end of Keep Your Friends Close? That hook again from Storm. Not in that octave. And just a playfulness here of that, haha, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Wow. Wow, the storytelling here is nuts. Ruthlessness is next. My nerves, you guys.
Poseidon.
In all my years of living, it isn't very often that I get pissed off. I try to chill with the waves, but damn, you crossed the line.
Wow.
I've been so gracious, and yet you hurt the son of mine.
His voice.
That's right, the Cyclops you made blind is mine. No, I'm left without a choice.
Oh my gosh, that's right. The Cyclops that they I read it earlier to you guys. I'm gonna rewind. Don't worry. The Cyclops that whose eyes they come on, give me the word that they stabbed out is Poseidon's son, isn't he? Oh my gosh, let me rewind. His voice.
I've been so gracious, and yet you hurt the son of mine. That's right, the Cyclops you made blind is mine. No.
Wow.
I'm left without a choice and without a doubt. Yes, the battlefields are swimming with the shark now. I gotta make you bleed, I need to see you drown. But before you go, I need to make you learn how ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves.
Ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves.
Ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. Ourselves. You are the worst kind of good, 'cause you're not even great. A Greek who reeks of false righteousness, that's what I hate. 'Cause you fight to save lives but won't kill and don't get the job done. I mean, you totally could have avoided all this had you just killed my son. But no, you are far too nice. Mercy has a price. It's the final crack, we're about to break the ice now. You reveal your name, then you let him live. Unlike you, I've got no mercy left to give. 'Cause ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves.
Ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves.
Ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. Ourselves. And now it is finally time to say goodbye. Today you die, unless of course you apologize for my son's pain and all his cries.
Poseidon, we meant no harm. We only hurt him to disarm him. We took no pleasure in his pain. We only wanted to escape.
The line between naivety and hopefulness is almost invisible. So close your heart, the world is dark and ruthlessness is mercy. Die. What have you done?
When does a ripple become a tidal wave?
43 left under your command.
When does a man become a monster?
I am your darkest moment. The monster that always draws near. Any last words?
All I gotta do is open this bag.
What? Remember me.
I am mind blown. That was a phenomenal illustration, by the way. I'm mind blown. I love the reference to when does a man become a monster, back to the very beginning. That link, that red thread to in the very beginning when he said, I'm just a man. The conversation here of trying to understand where evil and all this injustice comes from, and looking to the gods who are in charge of the various elements to explain and to see this concept of our actions have consequences, right? It all comes back full circle, the idea of karma, if you will. To then also hear the phrase, if I heard it correctly, ruthlessness is mercy upon yourself. It implies to me when you're ruthless towards another, you're being merciful on yourself. When we're ruthless, we're being ruthless towards somebody else, but merciful on ourselves. And he at one point even implied, Poseidon did, you might as well have just killed my son. You might as well finished it. That's how I'm taking that. It really is dealing with very deep philosophical questions. This idea of Greek mythology and the gods and the humans and these adventures are, like I said many times, beyond just entertaining. They're really dealing with so many deep questions we have as people when it comes to ourselves, when it comes to relationship, to understanding good and evil in the world and the forces at play. The next one is Puppeteer. Odysseus is smart. He's witty. I like that.
Captain, I have something that I must confess. Something that I must get off my chest. Until it is said, I cannot rest. Captain,
You really gotta make sure this island is secure.
but Captain,
There's only so much left we can endure. Whatever you need to say can wait some more. Of that I'm sure.
okay.
Eurylochus, back so soon. Where's the rest of your crew? And by the gods, what happened to you?
We came across a palace. Inside we heard a voice. It seemed to show no malice. To greet it was our choice, but nothing could prepare us for the power that awaited inside.
What did this palace hide?
Sir, since we left home, we faced a variety of foes from a wide range of places. Gods, monsters, you know the roster. Hostile
Rhapsody.
creatures that we could resist. But this was a hell of a twist, cause we are weak to a power like this.
What was it?
A woman.
What?
She had us in just 2 words.
Come inside. Welcome to the best part of your life.
Oh my gosh, that's
Go
hilarious.
ahead and rest wherever you like. I've got you. Don't worry, Sassy's got you now.
Only I stayed outside, but the rest went in.
Take a seat. Let me bring you all something to eat. I bet you're tired from the years spent on your feet. I've got you. Don't worry, Sassy's got you now.
By the time they ate, it was far too late. For inside the meal,
Think of your past.
she had cast a spell.
And your mistakes.
They began to squeal
They'll be the last.
and grow snouts and tails.
Mistakes you'll make.
She changed them.
I've got all the power, yeah. I've got all the power. No, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm puppeteer, yeah.
They transformed,
This is the price.
and it wasn't quick.
We paid to live.
She turned our men
The world is not
from men to pigs.
and to forgive.
She changed them.
I've got all the power, yeah. I've got all the power. No, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I
save them.
No, we don't. Look at all we've lost and all we've learned. Every single cost is so much more than what we've earned. Think about the men we have left before they're none. Let's just cut our losses, you and I, and let's run.
Of course I'd like to leave now, of course I'd like to run, but I can hardly sleep now, knowing everything we've done. There's no length I wouldn't go if it was you I had to save. I can only hope you'd do the same.
I can hear her still,
No one will find
and her voice deceives.
their way between.
What if she can't be killed?
My nymphs and I.
Would you choose to leave?
Their loving queen.
I don't know.
I've got all the power, yeah. I've got all the power. No, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I puppeteer.
She's
yeah.
a clever witch,
This is the price.
and she's hard to slay.
We paid it all.
It's a game of wits,
We draw the line.
but you don't have to play.
Watch from above.
I have to try.
I've got all the power, yeah. I've got all the power. No, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm puppeteer, yeah.
It's a lot of pigs. Oh my gosh.
Damn.
Welcome to the best part of your life.
That's so funny. We found a force we cannot deal with. What was it? A woman. What did she do? She had 2 words. What were they? Come inside. The humor here is so beautiful. The various voices, even the accent here, the various timbres of their voice. It's just this beautiful musical. This is the kind of musical I would love to see live. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love this so much. We're going to watch Wouldn't You Like next. Oh, and also, by the way, the fact that they're doing such justice to Homer's Odyssey and to the various stories and tales that Odysseus goes through is phenomenal. Wouldn't you like? Oh, snap.
I must say, what a brilliant speech you gave.
Who goes there?
Just a friend who could help you save your men. A foe like Circe's not to be messed with. You want to beat her, you'll need the blessing of a certain god. Divine intervention, someone who's not afraid to send a message.
Divine intervention.
Hermes? Wouldn't you like a taste of the power? Wouldn't you like to use more than words? Deep in the night the fight lasts for hours. You can be hurt or you can beat her. Wouldn't you like to have some of the magic? Wouldn't you like your outcome preferred? Deep in the night the fight can be tragic. I'll help you conquer her. She can turn you to an animal that'll end up on a plate. She can all but make you fall in love like you're on your 100th date.
The composition here, elements of a little bit of the EDM and the techno and the synth, and that vibe, it makes me think, man here, touch of that 80s vibe. Ah, this is so cool.
She can conjure up a monster that'll grind you to the bones. She has all the ways to haunt ya when you take her on a love. Wouldn't you like a taste of the power? Wouldn't you like to use more than words? Deep in the night the fight lasts for hours. You can be hurt or you can beat her. Wouldn't you like to have some of the magic? Wouldn't you like your outcome preferred? Deep in the night the fight can be tragic. I'll help you conquer her. Here in the root of this flower there lies such a power to take
Bruno
a
Mars
woman.
vibe a bit.
You must consume and digest it, then you'll manifest a being of your creation. All you need's imagination, though it's only for a moment till you've beaten your opponent.
Real quick, I love how they're using various compositions to represent the characters of the gods too. The playfulness and that poppy vibe here. You have touches of the 80s, in my opinion. You have that funky groove and the jazzy vibe. It makes me think of The Weeknd, Bruno Mars. That playful, the sunglasses, the swag, the smooth, and the composition going well with that. So even picking various musical genres to represent the gods and their character and personalities, it's brilliant.
And I call this route Holy Moly.
Wouldn't you like a taste of the power? Wouldn't you like to use more than words? Deep in the night the fight lasts for hours. You can be hurt or you can beat her. Wouldn't you like to have some of the magic? Wouldn't you like your outcome preferred? Deep in the night the fight can be tragic. I'll help you conquer her. Wouldn't puppies! Thank you. Don't thank me, friend. You very well may die. Good luck.
Oh my gosh. Good luck. I'm waiting for the
Would you like a
cost.
taste of the power?
All right, done for. Go. Oh, snap.
Lady of the palace, sorry that I ask this, but I hope that I've been misinformed. I sent out some scouts to take a look around through here, and they wound up at your doors. Through the years we seldom get a warm welcome, so I must ask just to be sure. Did you do something to them?
Who, me? All I did was reveal their true form.
You turned them into pigs.
I don't know who you are nor why you're here, but let me make this one thing clear. I've got people to protect, nymphs I can't neglect, so I'm not taking chances, dear. If you make one wrong move, then you're done for. Anything I don't approve, then you're done for. I could put a spell on you and you're done for. Boy, you better run or soon you will be done for.
I don't mean to tip your scale, but you will fail at placing any spells on me. I just ate a flower, one that claims your power, so you better cower now and flee.
You must be a liar, mortals can't acquire money without dire consequence.
Then I must be a god like you, cause I got this root from the ground with my bare hands.
Hermes gave it to you, didn't he?
Okay, fine, yes. Well, regardless, you and I are now evenly matched. Our fates are intertwined, they're attached. I've got people to protect, friends I can't neglect, so now there is no turning back. You've made your one wrong move, now you're done for. I will be the one to prove that you're done for. Not even a spell saves you, cause you're done for. Oh, you better run or soon you will be done for. Lost.
My nymphs are like my daughters, I protect them at all costs. The last time we let strangers live, we faced a heavy loss. You've given me no reason to bestow you with my trust, but everyone's true colors are revealed in acts of lust.
I'm not sure I follow.
There are other ways of persuasion. There are other modes of control. There are other means of deceit. There are other roads to the soul.
This thing goes through all the feelings. I feel like watching this, I am feeling all the human emotions. And this musical goes through, it feels like so many parts of the human experience. This is nuts. Some spicy connotations.
There are other ways of persuasion. There are other modes of control. There are other means of deceit. There are other roads to the soul. There are other actions of passion. You have so much left to learn. Want to save your men from the fire. Show me that you're willing to burn.
Who's to say with the mistakes I've made
Don't be
that they will be the
Think
last
of your
mistakes I
past.
ever made?
Don't break when
There is so much power, but there's no puppets here.
This is the price we
I'm
pay
just
to love.
a man.
There is no line,
I'm
never
just
enough. So much power, but there's no puppet here.
I can't. Back at home, my wife awaits for me. She's my everything, my Penelope. And she's all my power, but it's been 12 long years, oh, 12 long years since I have seen my wife, and now the god of tides is out to end my life. So I beg you, Circe, grant us mercy, and let us puppets leave.
this other way's very dangerous. It might be your one final hope. I know of a brilliant prophet. Problem is this prophet is dead. I can't get you home, but I'll get you to the underworld instead.
Oh, great.
I'll release your men and I'll get you to the underworld instead.
Wait, you're helping us?
There are many ways of persuasion. There are many modes of control. Maybe showing one act of kindness leads to kinder souls down the road. I remember actions of passion. I have been in love once before. Maybe one day the world will need a puppeteer no more. Or maybe one day the world will need a puppeteer.
So much power, but there's no puppet here. No, she's not a banshee, a puppeteer. No, she's not a banshee, a puppeteer, yeah.
Ooh, I needed a breather. I needed a moment where things end better for them for just a minute. So I'm so glad she had a change of heart. But it's interesting because it's true, right? There's so many ways to persuade, and sometimes feminine or the sensual is used. Sometimes it's mind games or conversation. But to see her go, you know what? Maybe one day the world won't need a puppeteer. Maybe an act of kindness will go a long way. Is beautiful. And even the idea of the temptation, right, and of him being true to his wife, that also is a theme we find in different mythologies or in different stories that deal with humanity and our struggle. That fine line, that almost invisible line between man and monster, and between this decisions that we have to make. Now we're diving into the underworld. Ooh.
Friends, Cersei's instructions were clear. No matter what we hear,
Full speed ahead.
until we find the prophet. My comrades, this land confuses your mind. So no matter who we find,
Full speed ahead until we
I love the
find
red
the
thread.
prophet.
Good.
I love the red thread.
all I hear are screams. Every time I dare to close my eyes, I no longer dream. Only nightmares of those who've died. Nothing's what it seems.
Nothing's what it seems.
And here in the underworld, the past seems close behind.
This land confuses your mind. When does a man become a monster? 558 men who died under your command. Captain, 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 why would you let the Cyclops live when ruthlessness is mercy?
All I hear are screams. Every time I dare to close my eyes, I no longer dream. Only nightmares of those who died.
Nothing's what it seems.
Nothing's what it seems.
But in the underworld, the past seems close behind.
I keep thinking of the infant from that night. I keep thinking of the infant from that night.
This life is amazing when you greet it with open arms. Whatever we face, we'll be fine if we're leading from the heart. No matter the place, or we can light up the world. Here's how to start. Greet the world with open arms. Greet the world with open arms.
Apologies. That voice. It can't be. Mom?
That idea of if he would have only killed the Cyclops, all those men would still be alive. And then to see that since he's left on this adventure, it's been 12 years. He hasn't seen his wife and son this long. I think it's implied that he did end that little child's life in the beginning when he was supposed to, if I'm gathering that correctly. So he has all this blood and all this trauma on his hands. And now to see that since he's been gone, his mom has entered into the underworld and she is no longer there now. She's no longer alive. And he's wishing her goodbye and hearing her say, though, I'm waiting for you and I will always love you. Gosh, this is pulling on my heartstrings. So many therapy sessions into one. I mean, this is an entire lifetime, human experiences of therapy sessions where you're working through different emotions and trauma and the past and death and life and loss and grief and guilt. One video after the other, a therapy session after the other. This is crazy. This is crazy. Underworld, man. No longer you.
I am the prophet with the answers you seek. Time, I've unlocked it. I see past and future running free. There is a world where I help you get home, but that's not a world I know. What? I see a song of past romance. I see the sacrifice of man. I see portrayals of betrayal and a brother's final stand. I see you on the brink of death. I see you try your final breath. I see a man who gets to make it home alive, but it's no longer you. This can't be. We've suffered and sailed through the toughest of hells. Now you tell us our efforts for nothing. I see your palace covered in red, faces of men who had long believed you're dead. I see your wife with a man who is haunting, a man with a trail of bodies. Who? I see a song of past romance. I see the sacrifice of man. I see portrayals of betrayal and a brother's final stand. I see you on the brink of death. I see you try your final breath. I see a man who gets to make it home alive, but it's no longer you.
I feel like should be mandatory in schools to watch and listen to at the age appropriate time. This is phenomenal. What came to mind here as I was watching this No Longer You is how trauma and grief and time changes us. How we are no longer us in the course of time, in the sense that we're changing. But also it makes me think of that grief of realizing after everything we've been through, are you still telling me I'm not going to make it out alive? And that, to me, from a psychological standpoint, taps into our death anxieties and our existential fears. This feeling of, after everything I'm doing, are you telling me this is in vain? What's the point of all this fighting and trying to heal and trying to make it through if I'm still not going to make it out alive? Of course, it may be comfort for some to realize that we're all in the same boat. We're all going to die. And the question is, what are we doing with that life in between our birth and death? But I think sometimes that reveals our death anxieties and our existential fears, is going, hey, I'm not going to make it out alive. What does that mean for my decisions, for my values, for my choices? Knowing that the end is death. Can there be hope in the afterworld, in the afterlife? Some find that through religion. Can there be hope in having a purpose for while I am alive? Can there be hope in therapeutic, in therapy and being present to what I have while I'm still breathing? It's just dealing with all these questions in such a profound way. Homer's Odyssey, this is just a masterpiece, but they've made it so relatable and personal and real and modern. I'm going to listen to one more and then I'm going to take a break, and I think I'm going to chop this into two pieces. First half, second half, because it looks like there's 40 videos in the entire musical. And I need to heat up my coffee, take a breath, and then listen to part 2. So keep watching.
How has everything been turned against us? How did suffering become so endless? How am I to reunite with my estranged? Do I need to change? I'm surrounded by the souls of those I've lost. I'm the only one whose line I haven't crossed. What if the greatest threat we'll find across the sea is me?
Oh.
What if I'm the monster? What if I'm in the wrong?
Just a man,
What if
now a
I'm
monster.
the problem that's been hiding all along? What if I'm the one who killed you every time I cave to guilt? What if I've been far too kind to foes, but a monster to ourselves? What if I'm the monster? Is the Cyclops struck with guilt when he kills? Is he up in the middle of the night? Or does he end my men to avenge his friend and then sleep knowing he has done right? When the witch turns men to pigs to protect her nymphs, is she going insane? Or did she learn to be colder when she got older and now she saves them the pain? When a god comes down and makes a fleet drown, is he scared that he's doing something wrong? Or does he keep us in check so we must respect him and now no one dares to piss him off? Does a soldier use a wooden horse to kill sleeping Trojans cause he is vile? Or does he throw away his remorse and save more lives with guile? If I became the monster and threw that guilt away, would that make us stronger? Would it keep our foes at bay? If I became the monster to everyone but us and made sure we got home again, who would care if we're unjust? If I became
Is that Athena?
Oh, ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. And deep down I know this well. I lost my best friend, I lost my mentor, my mom, 500 men gone. This can't go on, I must get to see Penelope and Telemachus. So if we must sail through dangerous oceans and beaches, I'll go where Poseidon won't reach us. And if I gotta drop another infant from a wall in an instant so we all don't die, then I'll become the monster. I will deal the blow, and I'll become the monster like none they've ever known. So what if I'm the monster lurking deep below? I must become the monster, and then we'll make it home. Penelope, Telemachus. Oh, ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. I'll become the monster.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Standing ovation, guys.
Became the monster.
This is going to be part 1. I'm going to do part 2 next, but I'm going to try to have it all lined up so that you could just click on to the next part right after this. I am amazed. If this is not the most profound way of dealing with not only putting art into music and putting, reviving, bringing life, new life, modern life back into an art piece, a masterpiece from history, and bringing it to the next generation, and therefore making Homer's Odyssey immortal in a way by now creating this epic, legendary musical. If not only that, and a masterpiece when it comes to art, musical compositions, lyrics, literary art, the word plays and the rhyme schemes. If not only a masterpiece in regards to the vocals and the different timbres and rasp and grit and the different genres used. in addition to all of that, this being just a masterpiece that makes me feel smarter listening to it, it is also the perfect way to deal with philosophical questions and psychology that has been plaguing us and preoccupying us for centuries. The question of where is that line between man and monster? When does a flame become the all-consuming blaze? The question between morality. Do I sacrifice one for the greater good? Now it becoming clear that he did drop that infant, which is heartbreaking to think, but to think that he did that, what he believes was to save more people, right? That moral dilemma that we're faced with when we look at philosophy, when we ask, how does a society work? Where's that line between the individual and the community, the collective? The questions of selfishness and these human attributes that these gods have, from vengeance and manipulation and playfulness and lust and deception, very human attributes, and yet they have powers that are hard to deal with from the human perspective, and it feels so disheartening. And I think even Greek mythology and this masterpiece, as well as today, we have those questions of where is God, right? I'm trying to reach for the sky. I'm trying to reach these gods and get answers, and it feels like they're working against me, trying to figure out what's my purpose. In this case, Odyssey has the purpose of going back to his wife and child. And there too, the question arises, is that worth it? Is it worth those men losing their lives, this baby being dropped, these people dying, his best friend, he's missed his mom, he was not there when his mom passed. Is all of that worth it to go to war? Is it worth it to sacrifice all that so he can get back to his wife and child? Ithaca needs their king, right? There's this dance between morals, looking at the world with open arms, this fine line, as they even sing, between nativity and, what was it, compassion, or this dance between caring for something you love and being passionate about things, but also knowing when to sacrifice and when to kill and when not to kill. When do we show mercy and when do we finish it? And what is the consequence of either? How much do we have open arms and how much do we become warriors of the mind? It's just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. I'm going to go heat up my coffee and then we're diving into part 2. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned for the next one. Please subscribe. I'll see you on the next ride.